Well, it's interrogation time, and it's the NFC conference that's up against the barrel of this gun. And hey, we're going to hold your feet to the fire and see who the squealers are. Because I know a squealer when I see one. And this franchise, or these franchises, are it. Including the freaking Philadelphia Eagles. I don't give a damn if I'm a fan. I'm a man. It's time to test your might. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, anyways, what's up? It's your boy Cintron. Come back at you with another analysis video. And I kid you not, that's real name. What'll come out in my head. But hey, one question every NFC team must answer entering training camp. The Lions, the Eagles, and hey, the Haves. Because the have-nots, we don't give a fuck about you. Let's go over the teams we're going to skip around. Arizona Cardinals, y'all don't matter. Atlanta Falcons, y'all too young. Carolina Panthers, you showed last year that you're not nobody to be considered. Chicago Bears, you're too new. Dallas Cowboys, hey, you won the NFC East last year? Great job. You're in deep this time. Because can Tyler Guyton earn coaching staff's trust? Why do you have this rookie left tackle switching not only from the right side to the left side, where he played sparingly in college, I think maybe one start there, but you have him taking the bullet instead of a guy like Tyler Smith, who he'd be playing out of position, and he was an All-Pro last year at guard. But I believe he could make the transition, and you could keep this guy either on the right side and shift some pieces around, or put him at guard, a position that he's never played, but might be an easier transition to him being baptized into the league, because you're gonna find out what you got from training camp. And one of the best guys to do that testing is your star pass rusher, Micah Parsons. But I don't think the guy's going to be ready, man. And that's a hole that, you have yet to fill. A big, huge hole potentially being vacated by a future Hall of Famer in Tyron Smith. And, you want to turn that over to a guy that you could ruin his confidence and set his career off on a bad foot. We've seen what Evan Neal has looked like in New York Giants land. And after his baptism by fire, he hasn't been the same. I mean, he never was initially anyways, but you see the ruinous project that he's been. You want to do that to your future cornerstone? Fine. I love the guy, Tyler, but he's playing for a rival. Hey, his career be damned. I hope he sucks in Dallas. But, hey, that not just the offensive line you got to consider, but all the departures. Can you replace the guys that left? Because it's not like you replace them with adequate pieces. Ergo, the conversation we're having right now. So, the Dallas Cowboys, I got a lot of questions to answer at multiple levels on offense and defense. So, as an Eagles fan, I'm hoping that you fail. I'm hoping that you replacing Pollard with his previous mentor, and Zeke, a dilapidated Zeke, is just what the doctor ordered. Because Jerry, he gonna sell them wolf tickets. Anyways, Detroit Lions. Will Jameson Williams up to the first round hype? Forget that. The kid that he's replacing, and forget the receiver that dropped 2 balls in the NFC Championship game last year. But he, that's rich people problems, because you have Amon-Ra St. Brown, who caught 1,500 1,500 yards worth of balls last year, and he had over 100 catches. So you're set there. You can have a decent number 2. It's Josh Reynolds that you lost, but he's not a big, big whoop. Williams, we'll see if he can step into that. But no, how's that patchwork secondary, going to work out this year? Yeah, but Terrion Arnold, you brought him in as the 24th overall pick, and that should be a good spot. But the guy you brought in, I think it was Courtney Sutton, across from him. How's he going to fare? I think gave him a decent-sized contract. Ernest Reckerstraw is going to find his way onto the field, and just the safeties. Are they going to be better, improved this year, and how are they going to gel with the new guys? So similar to the Eagles, we have some things we'll cover on those guys. But hey, man, that's a big adjustment to be had. Bringing those guys last year, because if the ball doesn't clang off one of your cornerbacks' helmets and lands into the arms of Brandon Ayuk, that might have been a different ball game. And that one play didn't swing the pendulum of momentum fully, but it got it started. So that's a big step for you guys. Green Bay Packers, who are the best 5 linemen, they have to retool. They let Bakhtiari walk in the offseason. They have some decent replacements, but they drafted a guy, Jordan Morgan. I think he's gonna play on the inside, but I think multiple pieces there. How you gonna hold up? Because week 1, hey man, the Eagles, we coming. You know what I'm saying? Pause. But not just that. Can this team step into maturity? They had a young, I think maybe the youngest roster last year, and catapult them into a playoff run. And, Jordan Love was popping, his receivers were, catching everything. They got Watson back for the playoffs, and he was, doing his thing. But can they take the next step into maturity? That's a big question mark, man. It's a big ask because that group is young, and who's there to mentor them? Yeah, the coach can tell them, talk their ears off to the chickens come home, but are they all going to take that next step with maturity? And you never know, because last year we thought the Lions were they going to be immature? They proved it last year, and now you're the hunted. You're going into each and every year, so that's another step. That's the eventual graduation from year to year. So we'll see how they handle things, and I'm looking forward to facing them in week 1 down in Brazil. Los Angeles Rams, will Matthew Stafford show up? Hey man, he's got them on the ropes, got them by the balls, kind of like Dak. And he's 36 years old. He's not getting any younger. But I'm not really that worried about Matt. He's a consummate professional, especially when his wife is out there doing things in the streets. Should have never told that story. We didn't would have never known about it. That being said, the defense suffered a loss of a future Hall of Famer in Aaron Donald. How they're going to handle that? That's a big step down. Interior pressure that you're getting, which is some of the hardest, the most difficult for a quarterback to deal with. The defense step into his face. He's not able to step up into the pocket. How are you going to manufacture that? Because you got young guys, ready to replace some of that production, but not all of it. And that leadership void, how are they going to fill that? So that's a big ask for them. Next up, Minnesota Vikings, rookie quarterback, forget about it. New Orleans, you're in a weak division, and you're struggling to oust the Bucks. New York, forget about it, in my best New York accent. The Philadelphia Eagles will save for last. The 49ers, yeah, man, what happens with Brandon Ayuk? That is a big problem. Risky problems, but a problem nonetheless, because they drafted Pearsall in the first round, but he's not going to be ready. He's not going to be able to do the things that Brandon Ayuk is doing now. And he's their best receiver. Let's be real. He had 1,300 yards last year, 75 receptions, 7 TDs. He worked wonders with the Wonder Boy, Brock Purdy. We'll get to him being disrespected in a short later. But without Brandon Ayuk, there is no Super Bowl hopes, man, because he's when Debo was dealing with injury issues, he was the one, keeping the ship steady. He outplayed him far, even if he would have been on the field, I think he would have, outplayed him last year handily, and he wants his contract. And that could be distraction. He's, been going on and on about it, and everybody can't be paid. Let's be honest. So, and they're kind of reaching the precipice of being able to pay, all of their stars, the majority of their guys, on big deals, and everybody else has to get peanuts. The O-line, how are they going to gel this year? They didn't really address it this year in the draft. So, it's still the weakest part of their team, and you can only hide it for so long. The team's going to game plan and scheme, and I love how we're going to be able to, hopefully, in theory, get after them this year with the pieces we added and the extra depth and with the D coordinator we have. So, distractions. The Seattle Seahawks. Can you build upon success? How will running back carries be divided? I'm not worried about your run game. I'm worried about consistency from year to year. That O-line, you take some huge strides. Now can it continue to hold up? It was last in 2022 a year of wonder, or just an aberration, or was it the standard that I'm just forgetting the quarterback. What's his name? Can he live up to that standard each and every year? So bouncing back because they had, they have a down year last year, and their guys, they're dealing with a new head coach. It's a new regime, new defense. I think defense is gonna can be solid, but who knows in year one and how things are gonna go. So revamping things, so many moving pieces. So there's a lot to deal with there. Tampa Bay, I'm just kind of disregarding them because even if a team has to come out of the NFC South, but they're not going anywhere. So sorry, Tampa Bay fans. All right, and the last team we'll do with the Philadelphia Eagles. Well, they're dealing with Bradbury making the roster. Who gives a fuck about Bradbury? It's going to be tougher. It's going to be more improved, but he's an afterthought. The fact that we're even trying about safety, trying him out as safety tells you all you need to know about his situation. He's on shaky ground. For the Philadelphia Eagles, can you rebound off of last year? And that kind of depends on the chemistry, the pieces that you brought in, both the rookies and the veterans and free agency. But the leadership vacuum that's going to be filled by the guys stepping out, they're retired. But most importantly, is that defense going to be improved? Because the offense, I'm not worried about them, but how quickly can we get up to speed on offense? And is it going to be smooth sailing or a bumpy ride going into the first half of the season? The bye week is early. That's a problem for us. Week 4, not having a break, but the schedule is easier this year, so there's some give and take. It can Saquon, stay healthy. The run game, if he does, the sky's the limit with the offense. Can Jalen Hurts bounce back? And how quickly will he be able to get up to speed in this offense with Kellen Moore? Because if he gets it down, man, we're cooking with gas. But it's not going to be an easy acclimation process. It might be a bit of a project. We'll see how it rolls into the season. The center quarterback exchange. It's going to be no longer Kelsey. It'll be Cam Jurgens. Can he call out the protections? Who's going to be doing that? The processing of analyzation of information on offense, especially with the O-line, the quarterback of the O-line, the center. How he's going to be moving those pieces, getting those guys aligned, and calling out things like blitz and stuff that Kelsey could do with his eyes closed. Right guard, someone's got to fill that space. And he's going to be a greenhorn of sorts. It could be a rookie, or it could be a veteran that's stepping into a new team, or a guy like last year that is acclimating to a new position. So there's so many question marks on defense. That pass rush, are they going to drop off the face of the earth again this year? New guys that have never led the charge before, new starters, quite literally, not just on a new team, but new to being in that role. The guy's going to play more selfishly or cohesively this year. The linebackers, it's a new unit. Who's going to, can they cover for each other? Can they, I think they can be solid in pass coverage, but can they play the run? The run fits. The secondary, how are they going to gel? Who's going to be the number 2 guy? And then if they don't make the starting unit, can they, find roles? Cooper DeJean, where's he going to be? At safety? I don't think so. Slot corner? How's he going to work there? I think he'll be fine, but, where does that put Avonte Maddox? Do we keep him? How is CJ going to be in his, second tour de force as an Eagle? Communication, him and Reed Blankenship are going to be better in that regard. Sidney Brown, where's he going to fit into the picture when he comes back eventually healthy? Cornerback, who's going to be the number 2 guy? And if Isaiah Rodgers doesn't make the starting unit, can he fit in at slot corner? Or, just going to you have to find a place for his talent to fit, or, get him out there, get our, best guys out there. Quinyon Mitchell, if he doesn't start, he's going to be languishing on the bench. Is he going to find a way to make an impact elsewhere? Kick returner possibly. So who knows? There's so many questions with this squad this year, man. Things we're going to see, we're going to see the team start to come together cohesively in training camp. The bits and bobs are going to be, put into place. So I'm excited as all get out. As you can tell, there's so many things I have on my mind about the Philadelphia Eagles. But hey, you're not even watching though, but it's all good because I love talking about the freaking stinking Philadelphia Eagles, the team I love, and I love making these videos. So we're going to chunk the deuces officially. But as always, it's Fly Eagles Fly, and let's motherfucking go.
Like, comment, share, subscribe if you
Thanks for watching. Check me out at Cintron, Cintron Anime, Cintron Life, or Cintron Laughs, or other social media.